So my book, This Is What Inequality Looks Like, is made up of a series of essays that looks at what the everyday lives of people living with low income are. And it also situates it within a larger discussion about what that tells us about inequality in Singapore today. A big part of what I was trying to do over the years was to shift people's thinking so that they could begin to see the connection between poverty and inequality. And I think they can better see that no matter where you are on the income spectrum, actually this is your problem. People write to me and they tell me, your book was not easy to read because it required me to challenge my own privilege. I also see that a lot of other people are stepping up and more vocal about the issue from where they are. There is clearly public demand in some ways for change. The book is very much a feminist book, and I think that feminism at its core is about the recognition in the first instance that there is a great deal of inequality and a great deal of injustice, and in the second instance that we should do something about it. If we want change, we cannot expect change, I think, to come from above. What I hope for is that more and more people in Singapore will feel like we deserve better and that there are certain things we don't have that should be our rights to have. In that way, we will create more space for creating pressure that will lead to change.
I was coming from a place of pure frustration and disappointment and helplessness lah. I went to NUS, I went to the police. They told me clearly to my face, there's nothing we can do for you. So I took to social media, I posted my story. Right after I posted it, I had this flood of DMs, like messages, private messages on my Instagram, and it was just like hundreds of other people telling me they've been through the same thing. And once I saw that, I knew that if this went somewhere, I'm going to take it all the way lah. Because I knew that I was speaking not for myself, but for everyone else behind me. So I was like, I'm going to make sure they hear exactly what I say, and I want them to have an answer to what I have to say.
I can only say that I'm very proud of my daughter and how change has come out of such a terrible situation. It takes courage to speak out. It takes courage to also stay the path and make sure that you see this through. She's doing this because she knows that if she does not speak out, victims will not come out in the future.
I was actually very happy with the outcome because they took everything I had said into consideration. They saw how overwhelming the response was from the student body, from the public, and they were forced to make a change. I never felt more empowered in my life until I was able to not only take control of the situation and be released of all that shame, but also be the voice for other victims.
Before I reached Sembawang Park, I could never thought that there were homeless people in Singapore. But it was only when I was homeless myself, that was when I got to see that there are other families still camping there at the beach. All the way up till December, I just resigned to the thinking that I might not get help. People thought that homeless people get into the state of homelessness because of the bad choices and the bad decisions that they make, right? But people did not understand that it could be the circumstances that leads them there. They fail to see that it is because we've already exhausted all of that solutions that we try to find help from. I put it to myself that I've gone through worse, and this is something that I can still handle. I can still figure it out. I learned about my never give up attitude, and I owe it to my children right now to find a proper roof over our heads. I felt that it's unfair that they try to sweep things under the rug or eradicate a problem by just raiding and chasing the other homeless out of the park. That was what sets the fire in me to keep on fighting for all of these other families. Because I cannot find the other books that I can relate to that holds local stories of the reality that we are in. That was what gave me the initial idea of writing my own book. If you can't fathom there is homelessness in Singapore, this is my real encounter. Coming from someone who is brave enough to speak up about it, I found my voice.
Getting this award from AWARE is a huge honor. It's with AWARE that I continue, to have people that I learn from, and that I can be allied with, on things that we all care about.
I'm very humbled to be given this award, but if anything, I just hope that people feel encouraged to speak up. At the end of the day, positive change will always come if you fight hard enough for it.
I agree to receive this award on behalf of all the people that has been in my journey. For Singaporeans, speak up for the cause that you believe in. If we fight for it, I'm sure change will come in ripples effect.